passion. And yesterday I was in New Zealand and Australia with a group of people. Later on, well, early next week, we'll be in the UK and then Canada. And so we have these trips around the world without having to get on an airplane or a train. And one of the things, and Merida, if I can ask you if you wouldn't mind doing this, I think that there's a good number of people here. So I'm wondering, I'm going to put a little question in the chat. So just kind of to warm us up. And if we'll break into groups of 2 or 3, and Merida, just don't worry about who's in what group. Let's just let chance be our guide. Whoever winds up in a group, that's really great. And so if you could spend, let's spend 7 minutes, and I just put in the chat a conversation starter. And that is, can you share a moment when someone showed you kindness that you still remember? It could be from when you were 2 years old, 22, 52, 92, doesn't matter. Just a time when someone showed you a moment of kindness, and you still have that in your memory. So I think all you'll have to do, Merida will just make the magic happen, and you'll just accept going into the room. It's potpourri, and whoever's supposed to be will be there. Okay, I see a couple of people are traveling together. So in some rooms, there'll be 3 because there are 2 of you in one screen. So great. So go for it, Merida. You're speaking, but your microphone is off.
Yeah, I need to move out the otters and and all the other.
Okay, that's true. Some people, I know Conley had, I thought I saw had one.
Yeah.
And Marie Roker Jones has one. Okay, I think that might.
I got them. I think I've managed to make the list. If anyone is alone in a room, please come back to the main room and let us know, and we'll put you into.
Okay.
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 So please, everybody, say yes to the invitation. Open all rooms. You should be in pairs.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay.
How long do you want to give them?
7 minutes. Okay.
Here, did you all receive your invitation?
So it's Raymond and Patricia. And the other 2.
Mary.
Okay. Oh, and
Mary Rocker. Barbara, hi. Barbara just came in.
Yeah, so no, Mary Roker Jones, that's an otter. That's a note taker. So, and Raymond, you don't have someone. So maybe if you can put Raymond and Barbara in the same room.
Yeah. Okay, Barbara.
I'm not sure. Raymond, are you there or are you frozen? He might be frozen.
He should be in a room with Steve.
Okay.
So I'm going to move Barbara in with Steve.
Okay, good. Okay.
I was by myself, so
okay.
I came back.
Here comes another person, Mariana. Oh, and Raymond is back as well. So Raymond.
I'm trying to move Barbara to room.
Hi, Mariana. We're breaking into rooms with a simple question, which is, can you share a moment when someone showed you kindness that you still remember? And so we have Steve. Barbara left us. And
yeah, Steve, I put Barbara Kaufman in with you. If you could accept the invitation.
Well, Barbara left, and so why don't we just take advantage of being together here? And so, or Merida, can you,
Just because Barbara's in a room all alone now, so.
can you put Steve or Raymond or someone in that room?
Because they left the room, they must have that invitation in their, in the three dots that say more
Okay,
breakout rooms. You should be able to go back to the breakout room you were in.
I think that's
And
not,
I think Raymond has joined. Nope. Barbara?
no,
Okay, under the three dots I have transcript, captions, docs, notes, meeting info, reset to default.
Do you have breakout rooms next to the three dots?
That
It depends on the size of your screen.
it's a couple over. So
Okay.
okay, yeah, I can go back there.
and
Okay.
Okay.
can you put our newest person in a room?
Yes, I can put Mariana into a room. Assign to that. Who's in room 6?
Thank you for your patience, Mariana.
There. Okay, there you go, Mariana.
So you just need to accept the invitation. Hopefully it came up on your screen. Okay.
And the notebook stayed. I'm going to try and get rid of those notebooks. Shall I?
Yeah,
Put them into.
here's, well, I think I'll just remove Conley. There's no reason. Here comes Raymond again. Okay.
Raymond can stay with us.
Okay, Raymond, you're with us.
Mhm.
There's just no way you're here. And I think you're supposed to be here with us. So maybe you can tell us a time when someone showed you
He's gone again.
on again. Okay, and here comes Marie Rogan.
No, she's that's the
Yeah, I know. I
that's the assistant. So.
don't report. Okay, so
Okay.
so
Yeah, Raymond isn't having a very good connection. And everybody else seems to have somebody. How much longer would you like to give them?
2 minutes.
2 more minutes?
Yeah, so you can let them know.
Mhm. I'm going to take another otter out, bring it to the main room.
Who's that? Oh, Sherry. I don't know who that is.
I'll get it. I'll remove her. You did. Okay. No, wait. So which would be your moment of kindness you remember most?
I don't know. I have had so many.
I know.
I think my friend Cynthia always is. What do you need? And that's always her mantra.
What do you mean?
Okay. Did you keep track of the 2 minutes?
I think we have another minute left.
Okay. Okay.
I can close actually, and that will give them the extra minute. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cherry's note taker keeps coming in.
Oh, I wonder who that is. Oh, Bob is here too.
Who?
Bob Schluhuber from Mexico City.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Ron. And Conley, Rabia, and Zakir. Conley, you have that blurredness about you again.
And you're muted, so we can't hear you.
I
It's a-
took it off, but I really don't want you seeing my messy room behind me, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Welcome back, everyone. I think most of you are back. I'm hoping that you'll be able to put in the chat your name and where you're coming from, just so that we have a fairly good idea of representation here. I see people from all over the states, and that's always pretty exciting. I'm wondering if there's anyone who has a story that they'd like to share, their personal story that they shared with others. We would love to hear just a few acts of kindness that have been bestowed upon any one of you. So I'm hoping that someone would be willing to share. I can't believe you're all so terribly shy.
Are we supposed to raise our hand?
You know, you could do that very formally, or Willie, you can just let it go.
I'll gladly share then. Thank you for that invitation. For some reason, I think it's because school's starting again. I'm thinking about when I was 18. I'm a first generation college student from a very big family, and no one had gone to college before. And a professor during orientation was particularly rude, and I angrily threw my materials to the ground and declared I wasn't going to college, and left the room, and contacted a friend who I'd traveled with that day to say, I'll come sit with you until this is over. And when I sat with him, an advisor near him noticed that I was upset and asked if she could just talk to me. And she calmed me down and then said, can I make you a schedule? And I realized that my entire life has hinged upon that one woman who did not need to do that, but who saw that I had value as a human.
Wow, what a wonderful story. And Willie, are you the famous poet, Willie Carver?
I am a poet.
Okay, yes.
Thank
And
you.
let me tell you, if any of you have an opportunity to get Willie's book, even it's poetry that reads almost like a novel. You can hardly put it down. So just a little recommendation there. Maybe one more story to kind of set our pace here.
I'll go. I
Okay.
had the privilege of talking with. Hello, I'm Claudia.
Hi,
I had the
Claudia.
privilege of talking with Barry, and hello. And he was celebrating his birthday yesterday. And he went to Starbucks to get his good cup of coffee on his birthday. And he saw someone there that he recognized, and they started chatting. And so he got his cup of coffee, went and sat down, and then the person came over, the person who works at Starbucks came over and brought him what he had ordered, his pastry. And then the gentleman that he was talking to was leaving, and as he left, he put something, a gift card on his table. I don't think he knew it was his birthday. I don't remember that. It's a detail that I don't remember. And he said, well, next time have a cup of coffee on me. So I thought that was wonderful. It was a very special act of kindness because it was Barry's birthday and he got an extra cup of coffee in addition to the one that he had gone in there for.
That's a great story. That happened to me once as well in a drive-in though. The person in front of me paid for me, which was just really wonderful. Thank you for sharing those two stories, and I hope that you had a good exchange in the small groups that you had. I did prepare a bit of a little PowerPoint presentation about an update. One of the things that we always try and do is give a tiny update about what's going on with the charter. And there's so much always going on with the charter, but I tried to narrow it down, do some highlights so that you could at least you know, reflect. And then I'd love to spend some time just people asking us questions and seeing if we're capable of answering them as we go along. So I'd like to share my screen. I have to say, I have been playing around a little bit with AI and playing around with illustration. So I'm hoping that you'll find this to be a very colorful presentation. So as I said, we have these updates. Merida, there's someone else trying to get in the room. Okay, so we have these updates every 5 weeks or so, and we travel the globe in talking with people. And you know, here's our agenda for today. Certainly introducing as much as we can when you have a big group of people to one to the other, and some news from the international, as we call it, the global hub, and you know, sharing with you what are some of the new things that are going on, and then hopefully some takeaways. One of the things that we really are very involved in, and we meet quite regularly, and there's also a group of about 40 people who are involved in a Zoom conversation on Charter for Compassion 2.0. The charter was launched at the United Nations in November 12th, back in 2009. And we are going to have a launch of Charter Compassion 2.0. And a lot of people have been coming and letting us know what they think should be in the new revised Charter for Compassion. So we, as we meet, we look at the ideas that people are sharing with us, we talk about it. And here's a little bit of a preview of what we think a part of the new charter would look like. We, the global community of Earth, stand at a threshold moment in human and planetary history. The principle of compassion, which has always resided at the heart of all religious, ethical, spiritual, and indigenous traditions, now calls us to a profound transformation from separation to kinship, from charity to justice, from competition to cooperation, and from anthropocentric thinking to cosmic consciousness. Just like the original Charter for Compassion, it will be short. It will be, I think, intense, and it will be challenging. And even what I just shared with you as a preview is kind of just a little bit. It could change. We still have a couple months before we get through the last conversations around it. But we'd love for you, if you have ideas, just contact us, send us a note, and we have this big spreadsheet, and we're putting all comments in there and meshing them together so that hopefully we'll come close to a Charter for Compassion 2.0. One of the other big events, and it really truly is a big event, is our Global Youth Conference. This is our second one. And last year we launched it for the first time. We had initially, during the 2-day time period when we were together, we had over 500 people of all ages. There were an awful lot of youth, but the idea behind the youth conference is that this is youth speaking to youth and speaking to an intergenerational audience. So the panels, the keynotes, are coming from a community of youth around the world. And we're in the process right now of planning that conference. We have a global youth strategist who's a part of the charter staff. She's not here today because she lives in New Delhi, India. So this is not the right time of the day for her to be present, because it's like a little around 3:30 a.m. in the morning for her. But we will be running the conference on a platform called RingCentral. And it will probably be around 12 hours a day. But the good thing about Ring Central is that you can come in almost any time. Things are recorded right up front. You can see things that have already passed. There are rooms where you can interact with one another and meet one another. It's a really wonderful experience. This will be the third time we're using the platform, and hopefully we're getting better each time that we use it. And the other thing that's coming up is that we have a major fundraiser each year, and it's tied to our giving awards to people who've lived a very compassionate life, an exemplar life, that they are someone who we want to follow. Some of our past recipients have been Mary Robinson, the former president of Ireland, and the chairperson for the UN's refugee group. We've had Isabel Wilkerson, who's an incredible writer. We've had individuals from all over the world who've been able to receive the Karen Armstrong Humanitarian Award. This year we have 4 individuals who will be receiving the awards. All 4 of them know who they are. All 4 of them have accepted. One is an actor, another is an Indigenous woman, a young person who is just extraordinary. The third person is someone who comes from a major university and has made incredible contributions in neuroscience. And the 4th person is a spiritual leader for many decades. So I don't think you'll want to miss this. In addition to this, we'll have wonderful music, because we have a good group of people who we call our musical ambassadors from around the world. And they'll be a part of that program as well. So it'll be shown twice on November 15th, so that we can really reach most of the world by having those 2 dates. So those are the 3 big things that we want you to put on your calendar. The other thing is that if you go to the homepage of the Charter for Compassion, it's just recently been redone as of last night, as a matter of fact. And when you go there, you'll see something that looks like this. That you'll see our courses that are coming up. I do a course that starts on September 3rd. It's I think my 3rd time that I'm doing this. It'll run from September 3rd until the end of December. And it's Harmony of Humanity. It's understanding who we are as people having a common humanity, but we're looking at it through music, global music. And it's a wonderful community of people that we've gathered as part of this particular course. Another course that will start in September is Catalyzing Healthy Cultural Transformation. And when you go to the Charter website, you can click on these courses and you'll get a really strong overview. I mean, pretty comprehensive. The other thing that we do are global reads, so that we select writers, 1 a month usually, sometimes 2. And when there's 2 a month, it usually means that one of those books is a children's or a youth book, like The World of Wonder is Valerie Carr. If people know Valerie, this is a book she has done for children. But so we have a global reads, an opportunity to meet with the author, listen to the author's intent in writing the book, and really having a great opportunity of interacting with that person. Then we also have webinars. So far in September, we have 2 webinars, and one is for people who are interested in playing the peace game. We have been doing this now. This is our 2nd year of inviting people into the process of playing the game. It has a subtitle, Peace by 2030. The game has been played by thousands of people around the world. It's a 10-week commitment, but this is an information meeting for the game to really give you an overview, to see if you want to commit that much time to the game. It's I think 2 hours a week, but it's a wonderful opportunity. In fact, I played the game and it gave me my own personal challenge that I made, which was to to say, geez, I'd really like to do something like a course in Harmony of Humanity. And that's where that came from as part of the Peace Game. And then cultivating self-compassion. This might be really interesting to a majority of people here. This is a webinar presenting an AI app that is primarily a compassion app. It has been designed by a woman in Scotland, Lydia Kostopoulos, and this is an opportunity to view the app, interact with Lydia, and even with the app itself. Primarily, she came up with the idea of creating this app because of her own mother, who was diagnosed with cancer and was having a hard time talking about it. And so she started to work on the app. And so lots of people, it's in beta testing right now. And I think you'll enjoy this particular presentation. And then we have projects. We have a big project that we started a month or so ago, bearing witness the Gaza and Palestine question. And we have people again from Israel, from Palestine, Europe, the United States, who are part of this group of people who are coming together, learning and talking with one another. And we're building an incredible resource bank. So again, if you go to the homepage of the charter, click on the link there, and you'll find that there's a lot of material to share. And there'll also be a time posted for the next meeting. So if you're interested in joining us, this is a great opportunity. Merida, who's been working with the techniques of this call, offers a Sangha the last Saturday of every month. And the Spirit of Ubuntu it's a multiple face project that we're involved in. One, the Spirit of Ubuntu is a film that was launched in January of this year, but we have a lot of study guide material. But the Spirit of Ubuntu also is a whole project that we have on the continent of Africa, where we have over 40 partners so far that we've been involved in working with. And then we have all these resource sections for you. And then the last one here, EdNet Forum, we meet every Thursday. No, not every Thursday, just the third or second Thursday of the month. It's always listed. But this time, and I'd really encourage you all to come to this one. It's called New World Games. And this is for people who might know the name Buckminster Fuller. This whole concept came from his thinking about how we can solve problems. And that's what the New World Game, it's different than the Peace Game, Peace by 2030. This New World Game is really a problem-solving approach. So that if you come from a city where there might be racial tension, you might have issues around food scarcity, you might have issues around houselessness, so that you really direct your question and your movement towards getting answers. You create a team of people, and the New World Game is set up in such a way that you can have an avatar like Nelson Mandela or Albert Einstein or Buckminster Fuller, or you can go and get involved with an AI approach to solving a problem. I can't say enough about it because we have right now 4 projects that we're working on, and it's quite amazing to see the kind of interaction and results that you can get from that game. And then I'll just kind of stop here and say we're on Substack. We've bit the bullet and are kind of enjoying being there, meeting new people, and seeing the possibilities that are out there in front of us. So that's it. Okay, so that's our update about the Charter for Compassion. So now it's your turn. Questions that you might have? Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay. any questions that you might have or responses? Please, yeah,
So-
if you want to raise your hand, since so many people are here, it's a little hard to see, but I did see you, Sherry.
Great. Thank
At the bottom of your screen, there is something that is a little heart that says react. And if you click on that, you'll see you can raise your hand and we might pay attention to it. So Sherry, and then I see Barry. Happy birthday, Barry.
Great.
Okay,
Thank
Sherry,
you.
go ahead.
Thank you so much and happy birthday, Barry. I hope this isn't a question that, I hope there's others in the room that would benefit from this, but can you speak a bit about the infrastructure of the organization, like where you're at and how many staff and maybe, yeah, I mean, and if I'm the only one who's brand new, then don't worry about that.
No, not at all. We have a physical address, a post office box, actually. The charter is very global. And so it is made up of people like you. Many, not, I don't know how many, but there are a number of people who are on this call who are from compassionate communities. And so they have their own entity. We have very close to 600 compassionate communities in 55 countries. We are a staff of 6 people. Merida is in Monterrey, Mexico. I'm in Kingston, Washington. The person, Natalia, who does all of our work with computers, is in Chile. So we're all over the place. We meet on Zoom on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. And we're on Teams so that we're unfortunately available to one another 24/7. So that we're able to converse in that way. So we're small, but we're very mighty. I don't know if that helps answer that. Barry, I think you were next, and since you have to be next because it's your birthday.
Okay. Thanks for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. The Substack, I've got one fellow that I'm in, that I've subscribed to, and I'm subscribed to Substack itself. How do I get, do I just hunt for you on Substack?
I think you just put in the search, you just put Charter for Compassion. Hopefully it'll come up. I don't know if Medi does.
I did. I shared the Substack somewhere.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And
so,
if not, I meant to, so let me put that in.
okay, so,
Oh, you're gonna put, okay.
yeah, so check out the, yeah, there it is. It is in the chat.
Okay, that's good. And I just wanted to say that I was glad to see Merida there. She runs a wonderful Sangha. She's very good. It's very relaxing. It's one of my highlights of the month. So thank you.
Oh,
you.
maybe we should extend it to more often, but yeah, thank you, Barry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Linda, you know what, Linda, it's so interesting because before your hand came up and then it looked like your first name, L-I, and then are you an Andrich?
Yeah, I keep changing my name, and it just every time I go on Zoom, it reverts back to the L. Andrick, which is my first initial and last name.
So are you an Andrick or are you an Andrich?
Well, actually, I'm an Andrich,
Okay,
but
so
it's turned into Andrick in this country. The old country, it's Andrich.
in the study cry, so do you speak the language?
No.
Oh, okay, because I'm a Turkovic, and whenever I see somebody like an Andrich, my heart just bubbles over. Not to mention that I have to say that Ivo Andrich was one of the best writers, is one of the best writers in the world. So if people haven't read him, you have to.
What was the name?
Ivo Andrich.
Oh, I don't know that writer. Well, write it down. My question is, with the Charter 2.0, is Karen Armstrong still involved with those changes?
Yeah, Karen, not with the changes, no.
Okay.
But she's still on an emeritus position with the Charter. She is not well, but still involved. And, you know, the first time back in 2009, when the charter first was launched, you know, people came to her and said, you know, it's not really dealing with the environment. It's not dealing with kids, really. And her response from the very beginning was, the charter is the charter. If you want to have a new charter, write a new charter. So within a year, there became two new charters that are associated with Charter for Compassion. One is a children's charter that was launched at the Dalai Lama Center and Foundation up in Vancouver with the blessing of Karen Armstrong, who was there. And then a second charter was conceived by a group of medical students in the Netherlands. And it was announced through a TED Talk, I think in 2010. So we have both of those charters on our website. So this will be, you know, respectfully keeping the Charter for Compassion as it is, but really looking at some of the more expanded issues and language that has happened since 2009. And
Okay.
interestingly enough, we've been doing a lot of research trying to figure out, because some people said, why don't you go to, you know, charter? In fact, the people from Compassion in Politics in the UK said, you should do Compassion Charter 4.0, and you can't do that. And there's lots of reasons, but so it's 2.0. But thanks for the question. Susan?
Hi, I'm new here. So thank you, first of all, for having me and everyone else. So I've been part of the U.S. Values Alliance, World Values Day, Global Values Alliance, but my core values are authenticity, compassion, and respect. And this year, with all that's happening, I just feel it's been a little bit debilitating. And last month, when I was getting to write my newsletter, because I do a monthly newsletter, I just felt this calling to compassion. Like, it's one of my core values, but it just like, it's like, nope, Susan, this is what your newsletter is going to be all about. And so I put together the newsletter, and then I'm like, I think we just need a whole month of compassion. And maybe you guys already do all of this, and maybe it's already being done, but I went ahead and I just created a landing page, and then I created a partner form, and what I want to do is collaborate on things that are already happening and amplify what's already happening, because I feel like people need a little bit more self-agency, and if they could have small actions and start feeling that positive from taking small actions, then maybe it would give them a little bit of that heart space that they need. I know it would help me. So if nothing else, I put together all of this for the U.S. Values Alliance and anyone else. And if you're open to it, I will put the landing page in there. What I'm looking for is not to recreate. I don't want to create stuff that already exists. I will create the gaps, or if everything already exists, I will simply amplify the tools, amplify the events, and bring it to an audience that might not be seeing it.
Yeah, no, you're welcome to come to the charter. All of our pages, everything that we have is you being able to just take it, cut and paste. If you wanted to destroy a tree, which I hope you don't want to, there's over 9,000 pages if you printed out everything on our website. So there's a lot to take a look at and to take advantage of. So
Thank you.
we'd love to take advantage of you as well. Because we too do not want to reinvent the wheel. I mean, when Karen Armstrong conceived of the Charter for Compassion, she really thought that there is nothing left but compassion, because we've tried everything from conflict resolution to management issues to unfortunately failed diplomacy. And that if we got to a point where we understood what common humanity was all about, and that we actually are hardwired for compassion, that this might help us as we move through all of the struggles that we have. And I think Andy is going to share something. Well, I don't know if he is or not, but I mean, he knows a lot about compassion and compassion activities. And not to mention that he has his own little AI, like I should be going to him to do illustrations for what I put together. So Andy, your hand is up next.
Hi, Marilyn, it's just lovely to hear your voice. It's been a long time. It's always so calming to hear you speak.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, so lovely. My question is really just really quick about the youth conference. Are you, I mean, it looks like you're still looking for proposals. I'd love to put something together.
I think that we're really close to the deadline.
That's what I saw.
But please, go ahead and take a look. One of the other things I forgot to mention, this year we're also giving an awards. I don't know, is it plural or is it one? To youth around the world. And so that response of people nominating young people has been really gratifying. So we're excited about that. But please, yeah, we're always looking.
Well, what I have in mind, and tell me if you think this is the right kind of thing, is I developed during the pandemic basically an online presentation on the 3 steps for thoughtful action for youth.
Mhm.
And it's just really simple, and it comes with some examples, and then it's an interactive piece that I facilitate. Is that what you're looking for?
We're looking for young people. You're a little old, Andy. I'm sorry, but nonetheless, we might make an exception. But you could, if you do the presentation with young people, that would be great.
That's what so that's part of what I was asking. So you're wanting young people to be the
yeah.
presenters,
Oh yeah.
not having like old folks like me make a
Right.
presentation.
Yeah.
We have another one for those.
Yeah,
in,
gotcha.
in May, we have the Compassionate Action Conference, and that's for our partners and older people.
Yeah.
One of the things that happened, probably over a year and a half or so ago, in conversation with our board, was that we realized that we need to look to youth and we really need to get involvement. So the board made a pretty dramatic stand at that point and said 25% of our board needs to be under the age of 35. We are now almost 40% of our board is under that. So, we're making this huge transformation that we keep hoping for and putting it into action. The youth conference, my hope is that, we'll have at least 1,000 participants this year online because you sign up and you can take advantage of all of the presentations for a year. So I think we are up to 800 and some people from the last conference who've taken advantage of all of the offerings that we had. And so, since that time that we had that youth conference, a number of things have happened. We've signed a memo of understanding with Kids' Rights, and Kids' Rights is in the Netherlands. It's almost like the Nobel Prize for young people. Malala was one of the recipients of that. Greta Thunberg has been one of the recipients. It's a really it's a real prize. The winners get $150,000 so that they can continue their study. If anyone in their family, another sibling, is there in the family, the Kids' Rights promises to send them all and get them an education. So it's an incredible organization. So they're going to be doing the 3rd day of our youth conference. So we'll get an opportunity to learn a lot more about them and their individual winners. They've been doing this for 25 years. The other thing that we've done is we haven't signed it yet, but we're in the middle of drafting a memo of understanding with Peace Jam, which was started by Desmond Tutu and is embraced by the Permanent Secretariat of the Nobel Peace Laureates. And by the way, for some people who are new here, in December, the Charter for Compassion signed a memo of understanding with the Nobel Peace Laureates. And so we are working very closely in offering coursework to young people that are part of their whole way of dealing with education and peace. And we will be joining them, as we did last year in Monterrey, Mexico, where they had a summit where they bring all of the peace laureates from Lech Walesa to Rigoberta Menchú to the newest winners of the prize together in dialogue with youth. And we'll be doing that in the Vatican in April or May. The exact date has not been set, but that'll be next year. So those are just wonderful things that have been happening because of our moving and really broadening our spectrum of who is a part of the charter and who are the leadership, who is the leadership of the Charter for Compassion. So we're excited about all of those. Any more questions? So if you don't have questions, I have questions for you. Why are you here? Are you curious? I mean, I see a couple people from compassionate communities. So I know that Nancy's in St. Augustine, Steve is in Compassionate Seattle. I know Andy because of his work in schools, but also through the Compassion Games. Barbara is from one of the first compassionate cities in Wisconsin, Appleton, Wisconsin. There's Conley down in Dallas, Texas. Okay, oh, hands. Okay, Joyce.
Yes, I'm here because Fort Myers, Florida is one of the most conservative cities in the world. And we have a group of religious leaders, educators, people of multiple faiths, people of education, and we are in the process of having meetings to make Fort Myers a compassionate city. And at my own congregation, I've been helping to lead 14 weeks of study on Karen Armstrong's book, the 12 Steps to a Compassionate Life. So there's an energy and enthusiasm. We're so excited that Nancy Murphy attended our first meeting. People in Florida have had examples. I spent 16 years in Pakistan, and Karachi, Pakistan is one of the compassionate cities. So Karachi, Pakistan can be a compassionate city. I'm hoping that Fort Myers, Florida can be also. And I enjoy all the enthusiasm and interaction of all of the people here. It's so exciting that we can move forward to build a compassionate world.
Not only Karachi is really interesting because one of the charges that they gave themselves was that we're going to get 1 million people to sign the Charter for Compassion, which they did. That was number one. Then number two is that they really committed to education because they didn't want their young people to be have a choice between terrorism and just annihilation. And so they had, through the years, they've created an incredible compassionate education program. They've empowered women because they have a whole, it's called Mumkin, and Mumkin really teaches women skills to start their own businesses. And I could go on. I mean, Compassionate Pakistan has been so really successful in so many of its endeavors. Thank you. Linda. It's your mic.
Okay. Am I muted now?
No, you're okay.
Okay. Well, I am here because when I read Karen Armstrong's book, The 12 Steps, I immediately went online and signed the charter. I was so touched by it. So that's why I continually have an interest in the compassionate movement.
Great, thank you. Linda, where are you located? I'm sorry, I didn't.
St. Augustine, Florida, with
Sherry,
Nancy
also
Murphy.
with Nancy Murphy. Okay.
Well, not with her, but in the same city.
Sherry.
So I'm here because in 2023, I started a podcast, which is called The Power of Partnership. And
Okay.
it's based on the work of Dr. Rion Eisler. And so I interview people around the world about how they are dismantling the domination paradigm and replacing it with partnership. And I always include a question in the podcast about resources for people who want to learn more and dig deeper. And I think this was definitely a resource. I think it was shared by Kurt Johnson in his episode, but I'm not completely sure if it was Kurt or if it was someone else. I've interviewed, I've just released the 42nd episode. And so I got on your email list as soon as I got that recommendation in the resource. And then, that was a while ago. And so I was glad to see this invitation to learn more. And I'm super impressed and so excited to dig deeper and learn more about all those great resources you shared.
Well, here's one that you can contribute to. So when you go to the homepage of the Charter for Compassion, you'll see the resources like I showed you. But if you come down here to conversations and podcasts, these are the ones either by people related to the Charter for Compassion or embraced by the Charter for Compassion. And we'd be happy to add to this list.
Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you. Yeah, I will definitely follow up on that. Yeah, we should, Power Partnership should definitely be on that list. I'm so excited. Thank you.
And I should mention that Rion Eisler, a couple of years ago, received the Karen Armstrong Humanitarian Award from the Charter.
Lovely. She is doing an amazing summit on October 29th. So I'm so sorry. It's right when the youth is. It's Peace Begins at Home Summit International. We have some amazing speakers lined up. And so I'll just throw that out there.
Well, please send it to us.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, we can certainly.
And I'll make sure and let Rion know about this call.
Okay, great. Thank you. Is it Connie or is it because you have CSTAC and I forgot.
Yes, I'll have to change that. My name is Claudia.
Claudia.
And
Yeah,
I'm from near
so
Buffalo, New York.
Okay.
And I was I am a retired speech and language pathologist. That was how I spent my professional career. And my other love was spirituality, and I had a small non-denominational church. And because I am so aware of how important words and language are, I have always wanted to make sure that my children in my groups or that we used peaceful words. And in 1998, one of my faculty school where I was in at the time noticed a decrease in compassion, respect, and tolerance of the children. And we at that time found a season for nonviolence, which was started by Arun Gandhi, the fifth grandson of Mahatma Gandhi. And so we looked into it and we figured, how could we incorporate this into the schools? And we did. And for 2.5 years, it was fantastic. It made a wonderful change in climate. And I live near Buffalo, New York. And back in May 14th, 2022, there was a targeted shooting where 14 African-American people were killed while shopping. So with the escalation of us versus them, et cetera, I am involved in a group reviving Partners in Peace, a season for nonviolence. And we are going to focus on the dates between January 30th and April 4th, the dates of the assassination of Mahatma Gandhi and Martin Luther King. But we want to do a lot more throughout the year. So I'm on this group because I found this a good resource and I need to learn and to connect. So thank you all for being there. I have so many ideas. There aren't enough hours in the day.
Well, I hope I can do this rather quickly and share with you, because one of the things that we have done for 6 years is to, let me first of all do the sharing bit. We have done something called 40 Days of Peace. which is in commemoration of the legacy of Martin Luther King. And so we have archived everything that we have done. So let me see. Well, do I have it here? No, here's the ceremony. So these are all our projects. So if you go up to news and events and pull down the menu for the special events, why don't we have the Martin Luther King here, the 40 days? Oh, this is strange. I will definitely find it and make certain that you get exposure to it, because all of our workshops and everything that we have done over these 6 years are archived there. So please take advantage of it.
Certainly will, because I'm involving, already have 7 different faith groups and several schools who are interested. So we are just
Great.
connecting. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Patricia in Missoula. Quite the place. Not sure why we're not hearing you. I see that your microphone is off. Huh. I don't know why, but if you could write something to us in chat. I'm sorry about your mic. Okay. So anyone else? We have all of 2 minutes left. So I thank you all definitely for coming. There were 86 people registered for this conversation. So we will make certain that we get a little summation from today's events. We'll make certain that you get some of the things that are in the chat. And maybe some highlights of some of the things that we talked about. Oh, thank you, Merida. So Merida has found the 40 Days of Peace archives, and it's right here in the chat. So, so take advantage of it. Thank you all again, and hopefully we'll see you in 5 weeks or so. Take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Thank you for everything. Lovely to see you all.
Bye.